Hey kids, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. How are you? I look like hell. I'm home alone, so I just don't care. Got the whole house to myself. I really like the painting. Can you kind of see it? Let me do this again. It's over there on my wall from the last video. I liked it so much, but I want to do it and have it be like speckle free. So I'm going to try out some new house paint. I'll talk about and show you the can in a minute and give this one a second go and see if we can do it without the speckles. Let me get you down. Okay, all set up for a redo. Not a redo, I still really like the last painting, but a couple things I've swapped out. And the first thing I want to talk about is my base paint here because it's new. And I got it at the Sherwin William store. This is from, what had the guy explain it to me? He's like, it's the least expensive of their premium line at the lower end. So I guess they have a line of paints and there's like 5 different kinds. And this is the least of the premium. This is what he said, but I love it. It's called Captive Paint and Primer in 1. This is in satin, white, extra white, and it is thick and creamy, and they did not mix it for me. I gave it a stir with my paint stick. There are 0 bubbles, 0. Now, I've used it for blooms where I spun them out. I'm a little bit worried because it is thick, and I've tilted this out. And when you put it down and you like have paint on it, it will leave a trace and takes a minute to disappear. That's how thick and creamy. And even now spread out, this pillow is really, really nice and thick. It's not thin at all. So I'm giving that a go for a deconstructed bloom. So we'll see how that goes. As usual, paints, brands, colors, pouring medium, recipe, all that good stuff. Discount codes, links are all in the description section. I don't know if you can get to the description section if you're watching on your TV. You might want to try like clicking on the description of the video and see if it pops up. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it on your laptop, smartphone, or iPad or something like that to get it to come up. But that's where you click, just on the description, and you'll see it'll pop up a window and you'll see all the good stuff, all the information. Without further ado, I swapped out 2 colors from the last time. So last time I had put down iron oxide, which is a very strong orange, and I'm going a little softer. So I got out my not Benzimidazolone, this is my Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. So we're gonna go with Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold first, here. And then my Benzimidazolone yellow. This is called Benz for short, shall we? So that's the same as last time. And then I swapped out my red from Pyrrole or Pyrrole and went with a deeper shade, just slightly deeper, more of a true red. This is Cadmium Red Medium Hue. So give that a whirl. And then the other 2 are the same. So we have the Manganese Blue Hue. Every time I just see this color combo, it just reminds me of picnics and hot dogs. Right? It's like a hot dog underneath, except for the blue. And then you got your ketchup and mustard. Yeah, all right. And then a little bit of teal. And then I'm gonna make some bullets on top of that, so little tiny baby puddles. And we'll skip the teal for the baby colors. We'll just use our spoon. And while I'm doing this, I wanted to thank Marilyn M. and Margaret B. for supporting my channel. And I wanted to give out a shout out to a longtime viewer. He and his wife watch my videos from down under in Australia. So Steve M, hello, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. But I'll be honest, his wife asked me to give him a shout out, and I said sure. So you can tease your wife because she put me up to it. So hi Steve. All right, that's looking good. So activator. I'm going to try and show some restraint today and not use so much. So this is my blue violet black combo that I just really like. It's just about black, but has that hint of purple, and it's just a little softer, not so stark as the oxide black. So let's stop there for a change. All right, blowout number 1. Let's see how this goes. I'd switched to high fan because the paint's so thick, I was afraid it wouldn't move, and I was kind of right about that. So happy with this so far. I like that I got some cells and lacing to come out from the middle section in a lot of these areas. And I was trying to blow out like more quiet parts. We'll see if this collects right here, because I do have cell activator in 2 spots. We'll see if it suctions up. If not, I might stick my fingers in those 2 spots to get rid of it. But yeah, so far so good. Fingers crossed. Let's do another one in the middle, up a little bit. Kind of maybe in the middle this time. My yellow is softer, my orange, I mean. My nickel azo gold is definitely softer looking than the other orange I used last time. I do need to do just some straight blooms with these colors. Maybe I'll film it, I don't know. I do have a couple little canvases lying around. Let me add just like a spot more teal this time, since I don't use it for the bullet puddle. I'm gonna have more of it in here like that. And then let's repeat a little bit. My daughter's in camp, my husband's at work, there's nobody out cutting the grass, it's all nice and peaceful and quiet, and I got the whole house to myself, I can get into all kinds of trouble. All right, that should do it. So activator. Collected a little bit. I think I will be sticking my finger in 2 spots. Easy on the cell activator, Karen. All right, same deal. Cool air, high fan. Yep. Yeah, I got a little bit heavy-handed with the cell activator, so I was trying to blow it out. Wow, this really collected fast here. But because I did a terrible job blowing this way, like I should have done that first and wrecked into this one, I have this line here that I know when I go to stretch it out, that thin line of cell activator, yeah, that's gonna present itself. Now the trick is there's all kinds of pretty teal and yellow and red cells right there that I kind of don't want to mess with. But I'm going to take out a little bit of the cell activator in this area. A little bit. And down here where it collected all, but there's still a ton of, yep, see? That's all the purple black stuff. So we're gonna get rid of it and lift it right out of there. How are we looking? I don't like whatever I did right here. Let's smooch that. Smooch, that's a new word. I'm cracking myself up. Like the rest of it though, very much. Quick pause because I'm already getting, I blew on my paper towels got blown right off the counter. My daughter and I had gone and had mommy-daughter day at the nail salon, and I had my nails done, and they're all fun and happy, and I like to, you know, keep them nice for at least one day before they're all torn up and covered in paint. So let me go grab gloves while this collects and put on some gloves before I tilt this out. All right, I'm just gonna add some white on these tricky corners here and here, the pointy convexo corners. And where else? Maybe just a dollop over here. And then we'll give this a tilt. Kind of worried about this line right here. I like this line. If you're new to watching me do these deconstructed blooms, I don't look at the cells. I look at the areas in between, because that's what makes or breaks the painting. The rest of it, the cells stretch out beautifully, so I never really have to worry about those. So I spend all my time staring at little areas that are going to grow. All right, enough procrastination. Let's just go for it. Let's see how this paint moves. Not a bubble to be found, but tilting might take a while. So we're squishing up this first bloom up here. That's fine. We're gonna squish, squish, squish. And we're gonna have it run off to this one corner a little bit. Yeah, go. A little more, a little more. Let it stop and let it roll off, and then bring it all back. And kind of bring it back at an angle so I can start heading toward the opposite corner. And I might take that stuff all the way across. I do like the sunset vibes these colors give. And then looking good so far. And then as I go this way, this should open up a little bit because it's still squished. And it's gonna, this paint is thick. So let's go over to this corner first if I can. And it might just, you know, be slow going. That's okay though. You can keep an eye on things better that way. Yeah, well, don't lose too much. Come back. And I'm gonna go on a diagonal a little bit to get over to this one bottom corner. Just gotta wait for the weight of the paint to get there to move things. And are we there? A little more? Yeah. And I'm gonna take off some of the dark stuff. Just a lesson learned from last time. We're gonna let it roll off. And then go back to the other way. See what I mean about like the colors, the blending, not the cell part, but all the rest of it, because that's what really makes the painting, I think anyway, just my opinion. All right, let me stop and stare. Oh my gosh. I think it was the right call switching out the oranges. For sure. And what do I like? What do I not like? Do I stick my finger in something? I really like the movement. I think it's almost balanced, but not quite there. Let me take off my gloves. So much for the manicure. Who am I trying to kid? That worked for that, but I need to stick my finger in a spot. Need to do some finger painting. And then I'm gonna walk away from this for a minute and decide if it needs to be balanced out a little more. So love this. And the really cool thing, and fingers crossed, is when I get you guys down for a close-up, the cells are keeping their shape as they hang off the edge of this convexo canvas, which is super cool. I'm debating whether or not I tilt it up this way and actually pull some of those back, because they're just sitting there. And the area I don't like that I'm worried about. Two areas. One, well, this I'm just going to stick my finger. It's just like cell activator. And I just want to remove some of it. Make it a thin line. Just like that. See? Just a little, pulling up a little pop of yellow right there. Just totally fixed that. And then this. But a part of me thinks that's like really dramatic and I should leave it. I love how I have cells coming over here and here, and these cells go all the way up, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk my dog and come back. Well, hold on. Before I go walk my dog and come back and then stare at it with fresh eyes, I am gonna tilt this just a little bit more this way, and it's gonna be slow going. And I think I'm gonna take off that. Yep, there goes the manicure for sure. I don't know why I try. Or just have that like not dye on top, like have some of it roll off, that little dark spot. That way, go ahead, let it roll. I'm talking over here. I don't know if you guys can see it roll off. Probably not. And then let's bring this stuff back over a little bit the other way. Not a bubble to be found, y'all. Not a single bubble. All right, I think I'm liking this. I'll be back in, 3 seconds for you guys. Okay, I'm back. Dog's happy. I walked in and I was like, oh, I love it. There were still 2 spots I'm not 100% in love with, which is this dark area right here, but it does, like when I walked in and stood back, I'm like, you kind of need it because it complements this. And if I like stuck my finger, because came really close to doing this and just lifting that dark spot out of there, I realized that if I made it as light everywhere, this part would look weird because this is all dark and dramatic, especially when you see the edges of that one. So I'm going to leave that. I think it's needed. The one part I don't like that I'm debating sticking my finger in is this little area right here. But oh my gosh, when 95% of the painting is to your liking, you shouldn't concentrate on that 5% because you'll end up ruining the whole painting. So that's my advice to you as I promptly stick my finger in this. Let's just give a little dab and see if we can soften it up a little bit right here. Because this is all kind of blurry anyway. So I'm thinking my finger won't hurt it too much. If that makes any sense. Or just minimize it a little bit. Right in here. Just take some of it away and smear the colors. It's got that pretty pink right there. Let me stare at that. Did I make it better? Did I make it worse? Do I take my hairdryer to it? I should not. I made like little feathers. I think I'm better just sticking my finger in it like I normally do. And pulling down. That's what I normally do. Just to get rid of a little bit of that darkness. Oh, I kind of like the little wispies it made. Let me stare at that. And while I'm staring at that, if you've been a really super long subscriber, you might remember this. This is my favorite spoon in the whole wide world. And I'm going to use it to scoop up some paint on my tarp and stick it on these pointy corners from the Convexo canvas that are so hard to cover. And just kind of float some paint on there that kind of matches down at this end. think this corner is good. I'm going to scrape the bottom of my canvas to get extra paint like that matches. And then that's what I'm going to use for this corner. There's a little bit of white here on this corner, which is good. I'm going to grab some there. I'm going to grab some from this side. That'll keep the paint from dragging down too. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow right there. And just let that run down. A little dot of it there. That looks good. That's one corner. I'm still staring at that, seeing if it bugs me or not. I might run the skewer through it. And then just let me do this other corner. Being ultra picky, I know it's because I'm kind of madly in love with this one. So I sort of wanted to be perfect. And I had a little stick out before when I was popping the 2 bubbles in the house paint. That was it, just 2 bubbles. I'm paranoid about bubbles now, can you tell? After that last one. That was the other thing I wanted to see when I went to take the dog out, is if any bubbles would pop up. But there is nary a one. So this, I'm just gonna drag like this out, or get rid of this and this, and make it look a little more natural. Right there. Basically, I just don't want your eye to like linger here. Let me stare at that now. Yep, done. Ta-da! I didn't say ta-da in the last video either. Somebody caught it. Like, oh, you're right. That's because I was too frustrated having to pop bubbles. All right, let me get you guys down. I'm not going to move this. Today is Monday, so obviously this won't be dry in time for me to post the video for the Tuesday video. So you'll see the dried results on Saturday instead. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me get you down. Hey guys, excuse the mess. I'm leaving this right here just to film the close-up of the wet results, and then I'm going to put it downstairs to dry. Like I said, I'll show the dried results at the beginning of the next video. I haven't decided which is the top and the bottom, so let's just assume this is the bottom. This is what I'm talking about with the cells rolling off the edge and keeping their shape because of the thicker house paint. The thicker the paint, the thicker the viscosity, smaller cells, but they hold their shape. That's for any technique, not just using the bloom recipe. Any technique, that's just the nature of paint. But that is so cool. Kind of loving that there. But to me, what really makes the painting is all the soft areas, all the wispy, whooshy, I don't know what you call it, but that's my favorite part. This is really cool here too. Up here, I love the movement. Let me come around sideways. I think it's balanced enough. It probably has like a smidge too much open area right here. But you know what? I just adore the colors and love it too much to drag everything over. And plus, I wouldn't want to wreck this because that's just amazing. Let me go the other way and see if this is the top. Just look at those colors coming off the edge there. Super, super pretty. And when I was making those little bullet puddles, the little baby puddles, what that does is give me what we call peacock cells, so color within color in the cells. And remember, I had eased up on the teal and didn't add teal, which was probably a good call because that color really wants to take over. I mean, I hardly used any, and look at all the teal here. This is the blue, different, but let me go up this way like this. I know I like it because I'm lingering. Be really curious to see how this dries. And yeah, let me flip around and say goodbye. Let me know what you guys think. I'm looking at the other one that I hung up on the wall to cure over there. So when I show the dried results, I will maybe get out both and we'll do a side-by-side comparison of the two. I still have a ton of paint left. I never know how much to make, because what if I have a fail? Then I got to scrape and go again. I want to have the paint ready. So now I have like a half a cup left of each color. So I think I'm going to go make some traditional blooms. Maybe I'll film that too. I'm sorry I don't have the dried results this time. I didn't get a chance to film over the weekend for a Tuesday video. Life got in the way. Anyway, you guys take care. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Until then, peace and love to you all. Peace out.